Welcome back to Resource Geography. Today's session, we will be knowing about various approaches that the resource geography deals with. So, basically, there are 7 major approaches through which the resource geography is studied. They are the ecological approach, the economic approach, the institutional approach, behavioral approach, community-based approach, integrated approach, and technological approach. Let's move into all these approaches one by one. The ecological approach, the word itself will signify the meaning of the approach, that is the ecosystem. So this approach is also known as physical science approach. It mainly stresses upon the factors like natural science, the good earth, and all the empirical methods. This type of approach is generally shared by all the disciplines. You can see this type of approach in biology, zoology, geology, geography, and all such related science fields, because it mainly studies about the spatial patterns of various resources. This type of approach guides towards the physical milieu around us. So all the things that will be around us will be dealing with under the ecological approach. Particularly, it will be focusing regarding to conservation of those resources. Under the ecological approach, the resource developers always will be focusing on the word management. So how to manage it? By maximizing the input with minimum cost, along with conserving the resources for future generation. So here comes the word sustainable that we always hear day by day. So under the ecological approach, they will be always focusing on the production along with the word sustainable development. So the sustainable development and the resources should go hand by hand in this type of approach. It mainly stresses upon the nature, but the main limitation of this resource is that, or this approach is that, they are generally silent about the anthropogenic influence over the environment. So they always takes the ecosystem or the environment as a dominant nature, and they haven't considered the man or the influence of man in that environment. The second type of approach is that of economic. So you know the word meaning economy. Economic means always thinking about the profit maximization, how to get more and more value or adding the economic benefit of the society day by day. So this is one of the most comprehensive and fundamental approach in resource management. So what this approach mainly deals with? It largely deals with the theories of resource allocation developed by economists. So they are always thinking about how to allocate the resources among the various sectors, how to utilize these resources to the maximum extent to make the society more developed one, like that. The approach mainly talks about the profit and progress through resource management. So here also the word resource management came nowadays, because we have to manage it, however. So what they are thinking is that always they will be thinking about the profit and the progress. They both should go hand by hand. That means that we require wealth, at the same time we require welfare also for the future generation. So the wealth and the welfare should go hand by hand in economic approach. So it is of the view that the humans are the one who decides how to utilize the resource, that we have already dealt with in the introductory part of the resource geography, that a material cannot become a resource unless we humans value it. This type of economic approach mainly stresses on two major things. First one is that reordering the social relationship. Once we are able to maintain or reorder the social relation between the humans and the nature, then automatically it will solve the problem of resource scarcity. So remember, the stresses on two things. One is to reorder the social relation between the humans and the nature or the resources. And once it is being reordered, it will automatically solve the scarcity of resources. So how to solve the resource scarcity problem? It is we humans who can do it by changing our attitude or changing our behavior. Here comes the third approach known as behavioral approach. This behavioral approach has started only in the 1970s. So, it focuses upon the human dimension of resource management. So, they believe that it is the behavior of the humans that will determine the management of resources. It emphasizes on the behavior of humans towards the environment and process relating to human activities of resource management. They look forward three major aspects. Which are they? One is the choice, second one is the alternative, and third one is perception. So what is a choice? For example, consider that you have to go to your office or to your institution day by day. It is your choice that whether you can opt for bicycle or you can go by your own vehicle or you can opt a public transportation. So we have n number of choices. So what is an alternative then? We will be thinking about the resource. If we are able to think about the resource, we will think that which alternative I will be choose. That is, either should I go by walking or should I go by bicycle or should I go by public transportation or I will use my own vehicle to reach my office. Then what is perception? It is the perception that leads to decision making. If our perception or we are more concerned about the resource and about the future generation, its exhaustibility, its usage, then we will choose bicycle or a public transportation instead of using my own vehicle. So, the behavioral approach mainly focuses on our choices, the choice what the human took, then what alternative or what are the possibilities inside it, and through my decision making or my perception, I will opt the resource management. The fourth type of approach is the integrated approach. This type of approach incorporates four basic elements. First is the multiplicity of the purposes, means and participant strategies. Then blending of various resource actions. Then use of resource management as a mechanism for social and economic change, and strive for accommodation and compromise. So this integrated approach is actually an integration of ecological, economic and behavioral approach. So what they are telling is that we have n number of purposes, like what we talks in our economic approach. Then how we are able to participate all these resources for my uses or my purposes. Then what I will do, we will blend various type of resources there. But at the same time, I will be thinking that the resource management is an important part for social as well as economic change. And then that type of approach will think about the ecology of the nature. Same time, my behavior will determine that whether I should accommodate all my needs or should I compromise some of my needs to save these resources for the future. Take the case of watershed development. It is a type of integrated approach. So watershed development, you know that how it happens. It always focuses on taking a drainage basin as a whole. I'm not thinking about a particular stream or I'm not thinking about my usage. In a watershed development, what they are thinking about, they think about the resources. Obviously, I need the river water for many things. I can use it for producing electricity. I need it for power generation. I need the river water for agricultural purposes. I need it for drinking purposes. At the same time, I should think that I should not disturb the ecological habitat of organisms that are associated with the river. Same time, it is also associated with the development of forest or vegetation in and around that area. So what happens here? All these approaches are being considered under integrated approach. Here, with the help of a river, through the river watershed development programs, we are able to satisfy our economic needs like drinking purpose, power generation, irrigation and all. At the same time, I am also considering my ecology or my biodiversity by preserving vegetation in and around that area, by trying to produce more and more, or helping the ecosystem to develop more and more through various aquatic organisms like that. Institutional approach. The institutional approach generally emphasizes the role of social, political and economic organization in resource management. We know that without an institution or an organization, this resource management would not have been possible. So here comes this type of approach. Community-based approach. The community-based approach mainly focuses on the interaction between the individuals and groups with our environment. So this is a very important approach because it becomes the political factors and the community is an equal partner in resource management. Under community-based approach, they analyze the formation of institutional arrangements in response to resource management. And the community-based approach is only with a focus that conservation is the only possible policy to fight against the environmental authoritarianism of certain organization or our action. So you might have seen so many community-based approaches in our country. So such community-based approach is necessary for the proper management of resources. This type of approach always awakes the need of institutions for resource management. Technological approach. So all these approaches or all these resource management nowadays requires technology. Why? We have to monitor the resources. We have to model the resources if they are in need or if they are in danger. So with the help of technology, we will be monitoring and modeling the resources. And such type of approach we call them as technological approach. I hope you have enjoyed the session. You can ask any doubts through my Edmodo account. Thank you and have a nice learning day.